Good morning, everyone. My name is Dan, and together with Rob, I would like to present you LinkedIn Marketer Pro version 2.51. We have done a couple of updates for this release. As you can see, there's a completely new Leads module, and also Rod did some very exciting updates to the browser module. So what is the Leads module? The Leads module is basically a scraping module. So we have two scraping engines here in the Leads module. The first engine will get LinkedIn profile URLs from different search engines. That's what we call scrape URLs. And the second scrape engine will extract data from those LinkedIn profiles. So this is a two-step process. So the reason for that is that you can add different keywords and different profiles to a single list and then get the data from LinkedIn all at once. So you can add like golf and scrape for URLs, then you can enter golf balls and scrape for URLs, and then you can extract the leads. There is a couple of important things here. We highly recommend that you use proxy servers. If you don't, your IP address will get banned by the search engines, and also LinkedIn has a limit. So if you open more than, I think it's like somewhere between 30 and 50 profiles in a short period of time, then your IP address will get blocked for 30 minutes. So you're not longer able to open LinkedIn URLs and profiles. You will see that in your browser. So if you scrape like 500 profile URLs and you try to scrape the leads from those 500 URLs and you are not using proxy servers, then you will not get a lot of results. You will see like the first 30, 40, 50, depends a little bit on your internet connection and some other factors. The first 30 to 50 entries, they will have data, and all the other entries, they will have some errors. You will see that in the CSV file when you export the leads. And the reason for that is that the IP address got banned from LinkedIn. So you have to use proxy servers, and you should use good proxy servers, because if you use like free proxy servers you find on the internet or shared proxy servers, those proxy server IP addresses could be used already to scrape data from LinkedIn. So it really depends on the quality of your proxy service. You can always test it. There's no way you will not break anything, and see how far you get, but you will definitely get the best experience and the best results if you use high quality proxy servers. Another very important thing here is that you should only run one task within the software at any given time. So it is possible to run multiple queries at the same time, but the software could run into issues if you do that. So you should wait until every single task is finished before you continue with anything else. This is something we will prevent in one of the next releases. So I will add some security checks so that you're not able to start the lead scraper while the URL scraper is still running, for example, because this could mess up things a little bit in the back end. So at the moment, please keep that in mind when you work with the software. Now let's take a look at how the software actually works. So the first important thing is you have to select what you want to scrape here in this drop-down field. So we support 4 different LinkedIn URLs or LinkedIn links: profile links, group links, company links, and education edu links. So this is the most important drop down, and that's where I got a lot of questions already. All the buttons here, all the buttons down here, they are tied to what you have selected here. So if you select profiles here, then scrape URLs will scrape profile URLs, scrape leads will extract profile leads, export URLs will export the profile URLs, export leads will export the profile leads, clear selected will clear all the profile links. So we have a couple of status windows or status monitors here up here, where you will see how many profile URLs you have, how many profile leads you have, and so on. So, and if you run multiple multiple URL scrape tasks after each other, like you start scraping profile URLs, then you start scraping group URLs, you will see like maybe 500 profiles, 300 group URLs, for example. Now, you cannot export all of them all together. If you want to export the group URLs, you have to select groups here and then hit export URLs or export leads. Then it will export the group URLs or the group leads. If you want to export profiles, then you have to select profiles here and hit export or export leads, and it will export the profiles. Same for clear selected. If you want to clear all the company URLs and company leads, you select companies and you hit clear selected. So clear all, of course, will clear all leads, all URLs and all leads from all the 4 different lists or 8 lists. Yeah, because that's one of the things where a couple of people are a bit confused. So this is the main selector about for what we are using, right? So you have to select the correct thing here, and then all the other buttons will work just fine. So the load proxies and clear proxies, load proxies you have to select the CSV file, and then we will import and load the proxies into the software, and we will directly test those proxy servers if they are actually working. This task will take a while. So when you click that, you have to select a CSV file, and then we will load that CSV file. You will see a pop-up when you click this button, and then it will take a while, and you have to wait until you see the proxy check finished pop up. So please do not do anything else while this proxy check is running in the background. You could click something in the URL while this task is running, but as mentioned in the beginning, this could mess up some stuff, and we will definitely change that in the future so that it will not be possible to do anything else while a task is still running. So, but at the moment, keep that in mind. It will make your life and the life of our support guys a bit easier. So, we now will load some proxy servers, and then we will start with the URL and lead scraping process. So I have selected a CSV file now, and as you can see here in the status bar, there's proxy import, please wait. So everything else here in the UI is still working. I could click all the buttons, but as mentioned, please wait until you see that the pop-up and the proxy import task has been finished. Okay, here's the pop-up, proxy check completed. And in the status bar is the proxy import finished. So now you can continue. And we want to scrape profiles first. So I enter a search keyword here in that field. You do not have to enter anything in the email pattern here. If you do enter something here, it will reduce your results, because this is just an additional search parameter we will use to query the search engines. So now, if we have a golf here, we will run searches against Google and some other search engines and search for URLs that, or for sites that have the keyword golf in them, and we will extract only the linkedin.com URLs. Right, that's what we will do. If you add something here like add google.com, then this will be an additional search parameter, and it will only extract pages who have the keyword golf on them and also have an email address like @google.com on them. So of course this will reduce results drastically. You do not have to enter anything here into the email pattern field if you want to get email addresses at the end, right? So this the profile or the lead scrape engine will still extract email addresses even if you're not enter anything here into that email pattern field. So that will work fine. The next thing is you can choose the subdomains. Please keep in mind that that list is loaded from a configuration file. So there is a config file in your program directory, and we will load those informations from that file. That file is called subdomains.txt, and you can change and update that file. So if there is a subdomain missing here, or maybe you only need two, like you only need US and Australia, for example, you can delete all the others, right? So then restart the application, and you will only see the ones you have in your config file. So that's all it is, right? So, and also please keep in mind those subdomains here, the subdomain selector. This is only necessary when you scrape profiles URLs, right? For groups, companies, and education, we do not use that field. So you can choose whatever you want in that drop-down box here. We will not use it if you scrape groups or companies or education links. So this will just be ignored because it's not required. It's only required for profiles. So select whatever you like here, just like the generic side. So that means we will scrape URLs and then leads from all over LinkedIn, right? Not only the us.linkedin.com. And this, of course, will get you the most results. So we will start with this one first. So let's run the URL scraper first. So we click scrape URLs. You can see the update here, extracting URLs. 1, that means we now query the first search engine. So at the moment there are 4 in the application. So we have we query 4 different search engines. And as you can see here, after the first query, we already have 150 URLs here in that list from the first search engine. So it will remove duplicates automatically. So if the second and third and the other search engines, if they provide or respond with the same URLs, we will remove them automatically. So let's just wait until that's finished. Okay, now the URL scraper is finished. And we have 179 profile URLs. This is not a lot for that keyword. And one of the reasons why that could happen is that you use bad proxy servers, as I do. So those 79 proxy servers are shared proxy servers. That they are not public, but they are shared. So it could be that and the engine will choose one of those 79 proxy servers randomly. So it could be that the proxy server the engine just chose was banned or blocked on one of the search engines. So what you could do here, if you're not happy with the result, just run it again, right? Because then it will pick a different. Hopefully that depends on how many you have in that list. Of course, it's random. So if you have only 3, then random could pick the same proxy server twice, right? So, but if you have enough, then random will probably choose a different one. So just run that scraper again, and it will add to that same list, and we'll see if it will bring up more results now. So let's do that. Okay, after the second run, as you can see, we now have 562, which is a much better result, of course. So it really depends on the quality of your proxy servers. If you want to run the query from your IP address without any proxy server, you can just clear the proxies with that clear proxy button, and then it will query the search engines with your IP address, which will probably get you the best results, because hopefully your IP address is not yet blocked on Google and the other search engines. But if you run multiple queries, your IP address will get blocked at some point, right? So please be careful with that, because it of course will also affect your local browser and everything else. So if your IP address is blocked, then Google will show up captchas for a couple of minutes and hours. And yeah, it's just a bit annoying. So I highly recommend using proxy servers. So the next thing you can do, you can already do something with those URLs. You can export the URLs, which will extract just the URLs into a CSV file. When you hit the button, it will bring up a pop-up where you can select the folder. You have to specify a file name and you will save to that file name and will export those URLs. Please keep in mind, if you want to export profile URLs, you have to have profiles selected here. If you now scrape group URLs, you can just do that, and then you will see what I mean. So let's run the same query for golf, and we want to extract groups. Starting that now, scraping URLs, and we'll be back in a second. Okay, as you can see, we now also have 322 group URLs here in our tool. So now you can export the URLs as mentioned. Select profiles if you want to export profile URLs. Select groups if you want to export the group URLs. So if you now want to scrape the leads, you just also have to select what you want to scrape, like profiles, and then we hit scrape leads, and it will run the lead scraping engine. So let's do that now. Here you see an indicator. We have now 8 of 562 processed, 13, 14, and so on. So this is running with multiple threads in the background. And yeah, as mentioned, please always wait until it's completely finished before you do anything else in the application. So we will wait until that's finished. So now the lead extractor for the profile URLs is finished. You can see here 562 leads have been extracted. That number should be always identical to the amount of URLs you have here. But this is just in case to indicate if you run like another search, right? Another profile URL search, then you will see that this number will increase, and that's just an indication for you that if you then now have like 1,500 profile URLs here, and here you only have 562. That tells you that you did more profile URL scrape runs, and your lead extractor has not the latest data. So as long as those two numbers are identical, that means all of the profile URLs have been scraped. So this is the reason why we have two numbers here. So as you can see here, group URLs, we have 322, but group leads is still 0, so no entry here. That means we did not run the group leads scrape engine yet. So we will do that next. You have to select groups here to run the lead scraper for the group URLs. So select groups here and then hit scrape leads. That will run the lead scraper for the groups. Like you can see here, 322 will be processed. We are at 12. We'll wait until that's finished. So lead scraper for group URLs is finished as well now. 322 group leads. So now the last thing you can do, you can export leads, which will create a CSV file. As mentioned a couple of times, I think you have to select the correct type of links you want to export. So if you want to export profile links or profile leads, you have to select profiles here. If you want to export the group leads, you have to select groups here. Then when you hit the leads export leads button, it will bring up the same pop-up as for export URLs or for load proxies. You have to choose a folder and you have to type a file name or select an existing file, which will be overwritten. And the application needs access to it. So if you choose an existing file, like a CSV file, or for example, and that file is still opened in another application like Excel, it will not work because the application is not able to access that file and save to it if it's opened in another application. So please keep that in mind and choose a different file name if that's the case. We will use comma as a separator for the CSV file. That's also very important. Depending on your location and how your local PC regional settings are configured, it could be that you are using a different separator for your CSV files. If that is the case, and you try to open that CSV file with Excel, for example, the results will be messed up because our CSV file is based on US defaults, which is comma as separator for the different columns. So keep that in mind. If you need a different separator, you have two options. You can change the configuration on your PC to match the comma, or to choose comma as the separator, or you can open the CSV file in an editor and search and replace the comma with whatever you have chosen as your separator. So that's also an important information to keep in mind when you work with the data here. You can clear the different profiles. If you want to clear the profile leads, for example, select profiles, hit clear selected, and it will clear profile URLs and profile leads, so you can start over. As you can see, groups is still there. If you want to clear all, then just click the clear all button, which will delete all of the URLs and all of the profiles, all of the leads and all of the URLs. Same for proxies. You can clear the proxies, which will remove them, and then you can basically start over. I hope that gave you a good overview about how the new leads module will work. If you have any questions or ideas, or if you run into issues, which I don't hope after that video, then please come to the forum, to our forum, and post your question there. Or you can also send me or Rod an email, but we would prefer if you could type or could write your question in the forum, because then other people can see our answers, and that it's building a little knowledge base so that we can all share our knowledge there on the forum. And also, if there are any feature requests or suggestions, then please send us that as well. So thanks a lot for your time and have a nice day.